Well, kia ora koutou katoa, and welcome to day 3 of competition here at the 2023. It is the Tradestaff Open Men's Clubs National Championship. I'm Jason Goobies, aka Chopper. Great to have you along for this one in this bottom 8 matchup between Hibiscus Coast and Northcote here this evening. Great to have you along for it. Should be fantastic. These two teams simply outstanding from the woe to the go. Let's have a look at Hibiscus Coast. They come out of the Group 2 section, and you can see their results on the tournament so far over the first 2 days. They went down to Porirua 3-19, 1-18, they went down to Roosters, and then 2-5 they went down to PCU Devils. That puts them into this bracket now on days 4 and 5. If we have a look at Group 3 for Northcote, how did they get here? Well, they also had a really good first game, 11-0 over Albion. Then day 2, they had a speed hunt. They lost a 5-10 to Papanui, and then, of course, they lost the big one last night against Hutt City United. That puts them in this bottom section as well. There you can see all of the results from day 2. Let's get to the match now. Great to have you along for it. I'm Jason Goobies, aka Chopper, and fantastic to have you along for it as we've got a slew of matches here today on Freeman Field, Diamond 1, on, as we mentioned, day 3 of competition here at the National Championships. Brought to you by Tradestaff and, of course, Softball New Zealand, hosted by the North Harbour Softball Association in good old Rosedale Park in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Fantastic to have you along for it. It's really good indeed. Let's have a look at the two teams that are out there. The rosters for you. Let's start with HBC defensively. You see a ground ball hit hard, thrown over to first base to erase Morgan Timothy Cook. Defensively for the HBC side, they're out in the field with their black pants and blue tops in this match. Left to right in the outfield will be Carl Sharp, with at centre field is Damon Brown. At right field today is Tyler Job. Hard hit ball first pitch off the backhand. Can't get there in time as Logan Fraser-Lewis will eke out a ground ball to first base. We're in the bottom of the second innings. No score in the match so far. The rest of the fielding lineup for HBC. Hot corner third base is Roger Smith. Shortstop today is Quade Chief. Second base is Braden Heaslip. There's the man with the ball off the backhand just then. First base is Hayden Wahanui. Behind the dish doing the catching is Oscar Anderson. Doing the pitching today is Jaden Dowd was listed as the pitcher. Dylan Tompkin was the designated player. They've made the switch, so it's now Tompkin that is on the hill here for HBC. Off and running on the pitch, and the tag not quite made by Heaslip, so Fraser-Lewis will swipe second base. Offensively for Northcote, top to bottom, it's Caleb Bronner, the shortstop. Hohepa Monk, the right fielder, hit 1 and 2. Put that on the pitcher. He'll hit for himself in the 3 spot, followed by Martin Simpson. He's been the mainstay in the cleanup spot, the left fielder. Morgan Timothy Cook, we saw lead off the second innings. He's in centre field playing, hitting 5 today. Logan Fraser-Lewis will be at second base. Nick Lanigan, he's at first base hitting 7. Caleb Taylor will be doing the catching duties, hitting 8 today. And Gabe Wharepoti, who gets to start at third base, rounds out the batting order for the boys from Northcote. Bottom of the second innings, 1 away at this point. No score in the ball game. Fraser-Lewis in scoring position at second base. And hard hit ball by Simpson, blasted to centre field. Fraser-Lewis will come around and score to pick up their first run of the ball game. Caleb Taylor now, the catching duties for Northcote in this one. He gets an opportunity. Fine young man out of the Hutt Valley region, on loan from Hutt Valley Marist. And a swing and a miss, and he slipped. Just in the act of making the tag, Simpson falls over. Kind of gets his cleat stuck in the dirt or something, and Hessham's glove goes flying, and he's safe at second base. So nice Simpson, that was Lanigan. Apologies, that was Nick Lanigan with the hit. And now running at second base, drove in the first run. Taylor now sets in. 1 ball and 2 strikes on him. Outside will level the count now, 2-2. Got to say, I'm very happy to wake up this morning to fine weather. There is still cloud around. However, it's 20 degrees Celsius. Here locally at the ballpark, there is a 30% chance of rain at 12 o'clock. And then it'll kick in again at 4 o'clock, 30%, and go up to about 50% at 7 p.m. So potentially a chance for a bit of precipitation here today at Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. However, at 20 degrees, it's a pleasant temperature to be playing softball. Hardly really a breath of wind compared to yesterday. It does say 20 kilometres on the weather app coming in from centre field to home plate. But I can tell you, compared to last night's wind, it's nothing compared to it. So really, we're set up with a good day here weather-wise for us to get underway. Quality at bat here by the catcher Taylor. Tompkin peers in for the signal. And goes the other way, inside out, swing, and that'll go into the centre right field's position. 2 bounces to the fence, and Taylor will drive them in as he picks up the second run for Northcote with a stand-up triple. So back-to-back hits to centre field here for Northcote from Lanigan and Taylor. Plates their 2 first runs of the ball game. Bring up Gabe Wharepoti now, the third baseman. Sawn on the hand, and the shortstop has no choice with that play, Chief, but to go to first base. So it will leak another run as Wharepoti grounds out for the RBI. 3-0 now, Northcote lead. Top of the shop now, shortstop Caleb Rona gets a chance for his second at-bat of the contest. The first pitch he sees is a rise ball, just kind of stuck in the fingers, goes sailing to the fence. The levels count now 1-1 here on Rona. This one inside just buzzes the towel a little too close. Rona will go down to first base with a walk. Sorry, a hit pitch. Apologies. So runner at first base here, 2 away for Northcote in the bottom of the second innings. Already played to 3 runs. Hohepa Monk now. Hohepa Monk will step in to go to work. First pitch is down and inside on Monk. Umpiring crew on this one, we've got a really good one. Behind the dish is Ross Emerson, and over at first base is Lance Brown. This pitch is outside. The other official in the match, of course, is our lovely scorer, Katrina Rube. is doing those duties today. Great to have the scorers and the umpires. Without them, we don't have a game of softball. I must admit, the group that we've got here at the Tradestaff Open Men's Club National Championship, one of the best I think I've ever seen. For those tuning in today, thank you for tuning in. It's a complete privilege to have you along. And no mai haramai. Te kemu po'uka. Welcome to the game of fast pitch softball. I'm Jason Gubby's Chopper on behalf of Ballpark Broadcasting, producing the game here for you with the support of North Harbour Softball and Softball New Zealand. We'll be giving you every game live from Diamond 1 Freeman Field here as we go through the remainder of the tournament. There'll be a new post for each game. You can watch it in the event page, the Facebook event page, which is Open Men's National Championship. The ground ball, flies out, does a hip a monk to the shortstop, and that'll get the job done here. They're all through two complete, but it's not before the Lanigan, Taylor and Wharepari show. They drive in 3 runs. It's Northcote leading 3 runs to 0. More action to come when we come back.
They say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes.
Hi, I'm Les Kendall, CEO of Temperzone. Innovation is at our core to produce ever more relevant technology, pushing the bounds of currently available solutions. Temperzone has embarked on our own decarbonising and sustainability journey, reducing our impact on the environment and the way we operate at all levels.
Yeah, that's right. A live shot. Yeah, wait. Top of the third innings here, and HBC will look to try and come back into the ballgame after surrendering 3 runs in the bottom of the second innings, and they go with the first hit, and it's a blast to centre field, but Morgan Timothy Cook is ranging over to make the catch at centre field, but good wood on that one from Hayden Wahanui. Damon Brown now will step into the batter's box. Centre fielder will be followed by Carl Shape in left field, hitting in the 9 spot. Top of the order was Quade Chief, the shortstop. Braden Heaslip was hitting 2 today at second base. Oscar Anderson doing the catching, hitting 3 today. Tyler Job in right field. He's in clean-up position. Dylan Tompkins, designated player, now pitching. He is in the 5 spot. Roger Smith is at third base, hitting 6 today for HBC. Defensively, for the Northcote side out there in the field, Martin Simonson, Morgan Timothy Cook, and Ohepa Mark left to right in the outfield. Third base, hot corner, Cade Wharepari. It's shortstop today, Caleb Rona, and Logan Fraser List at second base. I'm sure Dylan got a little bit of a chuckle out of that. That's his older brother, been injured this year and really missed him playing for Northcote. Look forward to his recovery, him playing next season, that's for sure. Fine young pitcher is Logan's older brother, Dylan Fraser List. First base today, Nick Lanigan. Behind the dish, Caleb Taylor, the visiting catcher from Hutt Valley. And it's Pitarona doing the pitching duties on the hill. Full count here on Damon Brown. And just misses inside. He'll pick up a walk. HBC have got a number of British players out here for the season to gain some experience, and Damon Brown is one of those. Next up to bat is another one. It is Carl Sharp. And they've got a Canadian. It's like a good mix match of fastball love from around the world at HBC this year. So they've also got another real good player on the bench at the moment. If he comes on, I'll mention who he is for you. And Sharp just misses on that bunt attempt. 1-1 now the count. Young Carl Sharp, been a great young addition to North Harbour softball this season. One of those put your hand up, not your hand out type of people, and helps in all sorts of places with coaching and a heck of a lot with the ground crew. So he's playing in the tournament, but also on the ground crew for it, so he's a busy young man. 1-2 the count on Sharp now. Rose ball up top. That'll level the count. 2-2. One away here in the top of the third innings. Change of pace, and Sharp hasn't seen one of those before. Public enemy number 1 takes care of business. 2 down. I'll go back to the top of the shop and Quade Chief. Now, I'm going to ask who the Canadian is. Is this the young man? I thought it might be with that name. So, Quade Chief. Where is he from in Canada? Off the reservation. Oh, lovely. Oh, great to have him along. With a name like Chief, why not, right? There you go. So, kia ora koutou, and welcome to our friends from Canada. Tuning in today to watch young Quade Chief play. And he pumps this one, looking to go left field, off field. It's a Texas leaguer in the end, off the end of the bat. And there, the young man off the reservation from Canada gets himself a safe hit. First hit of the day for Hibiscus Coast. They've got 2 runners on now with 2 down. Yeah. Hibiscus Coast in a building mode. Great to have them debut at the Tradestaff Open Men's Club National Championship. When I say debut, I mean it. They've never been to the Club Nationals before. We've got 3 of them here doing exactly that from the North Harbour Softball Association. East Coast Bays are here as well, and the Birkdale Falcons. So fantastic to see these new clubs coming out of different associations and plying their trade forward. And in this case, Braden Heaslip's a pickup from Invercargill for HBC in the tournament. Getting to face a Black Sox pitcher and puts it on it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Getting an opportunity, taking it with both hands, and going for it. In the hole 0-2 now. And another change of pace and another strikeout. Job done there from Rona. And that'll do us through 2.5 innings so far. Bottom of the third coming up next. It is Northcote leading 3 runs to 0.
What's he up to now?
Probably working on his career.
Oh. What are you up to, Matai?
Reversing.
Have you got your ticket?
Yep. I start a new job driving a forklift on Monday.
I thought you worked in an office.
Don't limit yourself, Brian. It's never too late to make smarter choices. How's Karen?
Take control of your career with Tradestaff.
Well, a beautiful day here. The music is pumping at Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. I don't know where you are watching from. If you're in the Auckland 09 region, get in your wagon, come on down to Rosedale Park. We'd love to have you along. And if you're not in Auckland, Ronda puts the charge into the first pitch he sees, but the wind will grab it, and centre fielder Brown will take the catch. So I was saying, if you're not in Auckland, you're in a different part of the country, well, guess what? Get in the plane. We would love to have you up here. I tell you what, if you make the plane trip and come on up, you come see Chopper in the booth. The first beer is on me. Back to the action here, bottom of the third innings. And Monk will go at the first pitch. This one is a Texas leaguer, though. They'll dunk into right field, and he'll be aboard first base. That'll bring up to bat now the centre fielder, Morgan Timothy Cook. New Zealand Junior Black Sox representative a few cycles ago back in Paraná, Argentina. Actually on this team, two of his other teammates are in there. We see Tompkins just taking his time here. Right, nothing's going wrong. And as you can see, he's just stretching his leg. The pitcher, we might just keep an eye on him as we go between pitches here a little bit, just to see if he's okay. And there, a little change of pace, trying to do something different, but he seems to be walking back okay. As you can see, he takes a long stride right to the back of the circle, then comes into the pitching block. Looks fine though. Maybe it was just a little bit of a slight strain that he found a tweak and wanted to take his time, make sure he stretched out. This is an early game, 10 o'clock start on a Friday. We're Club Men's National Championship. This one comes inside, levels the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Timothy Cook's like, are you sure? I mean, honestly, are you sure? Off and running on the pitch. Looks to get outside the tag, and the evasive slide from Simonson gets the job done because he was cold. So Northcote have been running here against HBC. Third stolen base of the contest at least. And that one's inside, a walk issue to Timothy Cook. That'll bring up to bat now Logan Fraser List. Hit one off the backhand of the second baseman back in the second innings. 2 ducks on the pond here. Simonson at 2, Timothy Cook at 1 at this point. 1 away here in the bottom of the third innings. And Tompkins pulls it down Main Street. This one comes down and pumps through the zone as well. So in the hole here, 0-2. This one fouls off. Stays alive, and this at bat does Fraser List. And third base, looking for the double play, and the old head of Roger Smith gets the job done. It's a bang-bang double play for Hibiscus Coast. That'll knock them out of the bottom of the third innings. Top of fourth coming up, HBC. Can they grab the momentum from that defensive gem? We'll be back soon. Northcote leading 3-0. Yeah, make sure we come back before the first pitch. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. As you can see here, the Ray Tibbetts scoreboard in the centre field at the Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. We're in the top of the fourth innings. HBC get a chance to bat here against the pitching of Pita Rona. It'll be Oscar Henderson, Tyler Job, and Dylan Tompkin. 1, 2, 3 here for the Hibiscus Coast team. And change of pace. He's got it going on now, isn't he? That's 3 strikeouts in the last 4 batters for Pita Rona. Tyler Job now, right fielder. Two balls, 1 strike now on the right footer Job. He tries to punch this one, will go foul though. Full count now as Rona continues to work here against HBC. Change of pace and just out of the diving reach of the shortstop, Caleb Rona. And Job gets the job done, no pun intended. Dylan Tompkin now. First pitch to him is outside the zone. And he swings at a heavy drop ball that goes underneath the bat. Levels count 1-1. This one's down low. Just in the zone though. So 1-2 the count. Levels the count 2-2 to Tompkin. Quality at bats here from HBC. Pick of a 10 back to first base, he's safe. Full count now, 1 away. Job running at first base. Tompkins still batting. And just misses up top. So, first two batters here in the top of the fourth innings. After this, first two batters of the fourth innings that will get on board here for HBC. Couldn't be a better start. Roger Smith now, he initiated that double play, remember. Trying to swing the momentum of this game defensively. So far, offensively, it's paid off. Little double hit, dead ball in the box. He'll come back at a level count 1-1. Little bunt attempt, it'll go foul. So 1-2 now the count. And Taylor will take care of that one as that one pops up. So 2 away now, still 2 runners on base here for HBC. Robert second base, and Tompkins will get substituted to run with 2 down the pitcher. Probably means Smith comes back out. He does indeed. Look at him run. Plenty of energy there. I'm not going to say he's of prime age, but let's just say if he was a bottle of wine, Roger Smith, it'd be smooth and perfect. That's what happens with age, doesn't it? That's what I'm sticking with anyway. Hayden Wahanui now, the first baseman. The ball is right at the top of the zone. Question is, with Roger Smith, what type of wine would he be? What type of white or what type of red? I know Chopper would be a nice, smooth Pinot Noir. Just saying. Inside pitch. Wahanui backs off. 1-1 the count. Riseball just misses the top of the zone. Change of pace, sails it on the outside edge. Wahanui's like, what was that? Keeping on his toes, that's for sure. And he'll come back with a hefty drop ball on the outer edge to pick up the third out. And that'll do us through the top of the fourth innings. Northcote still lead 3-0. Back soon. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pure Athletic Sports Stadium here. A good matchup between HBC and Northcote. We're in the bottom of the fourth innings. Northcote struck for 3 runs in the bottom of the second a couple of innings ago against the pitching of Dylan Tompkin, who's gone the whole distance here. Pick-up pitcher for HBC. And it's my privilege to have in the booth with me ex-president of North Harbour, actually ex-everything of North Harbour, but also a club stalwart of HBC, Trevor Smith. Thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome. It's good to be here, Chopper.
Fantastic. We see the ball just fly out off the bat of Nick Lanigan for the first out here in the fourth innings. He'll be followed by Caleb Taylor and Gabe Wharepoti for the Northcote side. HBC, Trevor, my thoughts are it's the first time ever they've been to a club nationals. Is that correct?
Absolute first time, a
Debut.
real milestone.
Yeah, it is indeed. How does that feel?
Feels really good, and it's good to see them with a blend of young guys, older guys, and imports, making a good, strong team.
Well, it is indeed, and it's fantastic to have them along here. And we want, of course, as many clubs to make the jump to the club nationals. And HBC, you've done wonderful things with your club. You've always had a good number of juniors and senior teams, but now the impetus of this Premier Men's competition in North Harbour, has that helped? We see Caleb Taylor just ground out to the shortstop. Having the Premier competition start at North Harbour last season, has that helped HBC to find the passion?
Oh, absolutely develop the passion. It's where they want to be. You know, it gives a pathway to the younger guys to see and look up to, and strengthening the team with the overseas guys has just made it achievable. But I think what North Harbour's done in their senior Prem competition is just to be a model for the rest of the country, really.
Well, fantastic. It's great to have them along. You know, we'll welcome as many teams as possible to the Harbour competition. And, of course, to Softball New Zealand's Tradestaff Open Men's Club National Championship. We'll find out where it'll be hosted next year. Normally they announce that at the end of the tournament. I'm picking it's Christchurch, but we'll find out where it goes. And saying that now, Trevor, and you've been involved with a lot of the facilities here at North Harbour and advising other associations. It's great to see the other associations stepping up, the likes of Manawatu. And of course, down in the south, on one of the bottom, the Invercargill, they've got a new diamond and club rooms, don't they?
There are 2 new diamonds down there, new club rooms. It's vibe spreading. But I think we might see in the future the new generation of the turf diamonds coming into being, given the maintenance level on the lime diamonds.
It's always the balance, isn't it? And actually a well set up proper turf diamonds and the artificial turf, they're pretty decent anyway, and they look good, they're nice and clean.
Well, the new generation turf is where it's going to head, you know.
Yeah.
The two new generation turfs at North Harbour, you can wear your steel cleats on, which has been a bit of a drawback in the past, but the real body of rubber stamped, perhaps if we want to develop it further, so that's a bit of a milestone.
That is indeed. Well, we see Wharepoti with a walk down to first base. Top of the shop now, Caleb Brunner will step in 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th innings. Now, I'm not going to ask you for a prediction in this game, Trevor. No, yes, I am. Who's going to win between HBC and Northcote?
Look, if I go with my heart, it's going to be HBC, but I could see what's happening.
Well, this one's down the line. Squid's under the glove of Smith. And Wharepoti is off to the races. He was looking to go all the way from first base, and he does. He scores here. Northcote grab an extra run, lead 4 runs to 0. Well, some people call him Nostradamus. I just call him a hell of a bloke, Trevor Smith. And you just said you can see what's happening out here. As you said that, a double down the line scores a run.
Just, but I can see Northcote's passion. You know, I expected to see them in the top 8. They didn't quite manage it. They had a pretty tough section, so they've got that North Harbour flag to uphold both these teams in this bottom section, so I look forward to some damn good softball, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, with the calibre of softball that we've seen over the first couple of days here, it's been a really good level. The top 8 is, for those that are new to the Open Club National Championship, you have to get to the top 8 to get to the grand final. It's the only way to do it. If you don't make the top 8, you will then play in that bottom 8 section, and there's a winner for that bottom section. But however, the cookies in the cookie jar belong in the top 8, that's for sure. So we see Boy Hepper, Monk, Squid went out to second base, and that'll do us through a 4 complete here, not before Gabe Wharepoti puts on the jetpack. He skids around on a double from Caleb Brunner to extend the lead. 4 runs to 0. Back soon, top 5.
Never take time to worry about life. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Know that you are right. There's a world to behold. Another day you will grow old. So take time with the ones you love. Take time with the ones.
The rubber and the sand that burns you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The cafeteria's in the far end there. Rosedale Burger. I tell you what, if you ever get a chance to come here, that's what you order. Chopper hasn't had one this morning yet, but it's only a matter of time. If I can sweet talk man in the booth with me as much as possible, Trevor Smith. Great to have him along here with us as well. Trevor, Rosedale Burger, your opinion on it?
She's a gem.
Yeah,
that's my favourite. Absolutely. That big chunk of meat in it.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, I love the Rosedale Burger. However, I have two ballpark meals that I like. As we see Damon Brown go down on the strikes here. Top of the 5th innings. He'll be followed by Carl Sharp, and then it'll be top of the shop Quade Chief for the good Texas League at the left field in the last innings. Sharp first. Let me just finish the food story. So the other two meals I like at ballparks, I'm talking about softball parks here, is one in Canada, the grilled cheese. I like the grilled cheese sandwiches they make there. Cheese toasty in New Zealand, but grilled cheese, theirs are brilliant. And the other one is in Hastings. I went to a tournament there, this year. They have cream power on hot chips or a cream power burger. Oh my goodness. Chopper had one of each day.
Being a man from the deep south, I love the power.
Yeah, me too. Probably too much, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's okay. I got a wonderful story. You were there in Whitehorse in 2017 for the victorious Black Sox campaign. I got that grilled cheese and I obviously got a liking to it, and I would order one every morning type thing. I had a bit of a cold, so I would have this cough powder, whatever you call it, cold powder thing in a hot drink. As we saw Sharp go down on strikes. That's 3 strikeouts in a row now. We go back to the last innings. So Quade Chief, but he's been good. We'll find out what he can do against Pitted. Anyway, I'd order one of those every morning in the tuck shop as I'd arrive to the ballpark to go to work at the World Cup there. And one day when I was ordering it, this Canadian lady taps me on the shoulder. She goes, "You know what's good with those grilled cheese, Chopper?" And I says, "No." She goes, "Homemade tomato soup. And you can dip your grilled cheese in it as well." And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds wonderful." Anyway, next day I arrive to the ballpark, same as usual format. Get there, go to the cafeteria, order my grilled cheese and some hot water for my cold drink or whatever it's called. And I walk up to the booth and the guy goes, "Chopper, you've got a delivery here." I go, "What do you mean?" And there's this thermos sitting in the booth for me. This lady had made me homemade tomato soup and brought it to the ballpark. And I said, "Where is she?" She was sitting in the grandstand. So I went and sat beside her, grabbed my grilled cheese and her soup. I said, "Thank you very much," and had a lovely breakfast there at the ballpark.
Their hospitality was second to none.
Isn't it?
It was second to none.
Yeah.
There was homemade stuff coming up to our seats in the grandstand all the time.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Beautiful spot. Right in the Yukon, right up in the upper north echelon of Canada.
That's where the gold rush was made.
Yeah, it sure was.
But
That's when New Zealand found gold.
yeah, they did. Thanks to Joel Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It had its days, though. It had its days. You didn't know what to dress up as.
No, it's supposed
an
to be
Eskimo or a bloody Hawaiian. Yeah.
3 strikeouts in a row here for Rona as he's taking charge of this one in the top of the 5th innings. No score. Score remains 4-0. Bottom 5 coming up next, so we'll find out what other stories Trevor Smith's got for you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That black screen you had before, that was just to see if you were paying attention. You see? Oh, I love playing those jokes on you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mahara kia ora koutou, ki te Kimua Poiuka. Fantastic to have you along here for the Tradestaff Men's Open National Fast Pitch Championship. Northcote with a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th innings. Put it on it. Goes to the first pitch. Underneath it, taken securely is Tyler Job. Apologies.
Job, yep.
Getting the job done. I've said that already in this game. Job, getting the job done. There goes Chopper. It's getting worse. Martin Simonson. Bat now for Northcote. left fielder, followed by Morgan Timothy Cook. Trevor Smith, ex-president, chairman, you name it, for North Harbour, and still heavily involved with the association. Mate, we were just talking a little bit off here in between the innings on the number of World Cups you've been to in New Zealand and overseas. But let's just talk about hosting it here in New Zealand. You've been involved with 2 host committees now, back in 13 and of course last December. How have you enjoyed that road?
Pretty hard question to answer directly, Chopper, because it involves a lot of hard work.
Sure
and
does.
I have a passion of being involved to the limit. So this last World Cup I thought was going to be much easier. We didn't have a stadium or dugouts or scoreboard or anything we had to build. Infrastructure was all here, but the weather didn't treat us that kindly, and getting all that infrastructure up of the grandstands and the AstroTurf tested the best of us, to be honest.
Well, it takes an army, doesn't it, to be successful in these campaigns. It takes good structure and good organisation. That's one thing about North Harbour and your host committees, that you do prepare and organise for these events. As you see, Simonson rip that one down the line, looking for second base. It'll be a stand-up double, one away here. Organisation, good leadership, is that the key principles to success?
There's some very good stalwarts here. There's a lot of history with North Harbour, a lot of maturity, but that maturity's getting a wee bit older now. There needs to be a few younger guys step up to the plate, but I'm heartened by what I'm seeing this weekend with the ground crew and the infrastructure that's in place. It still happens.
Well, that's
it's
another
been passed down. Eh?
Another big part. Volunteer base. Trevor. North Harbour's always had a good volunteer base. Is that critical for you to be able to help to deliver these type of large events?
Volunteers are the backbone of any organisation, and you get strength in numbers, and North Harbour has some pretty good families of softballers that the base where the volunteers come from, and as long as that continues, I think North Harbour are in a good space, and they'll be asked to host more events in the coming future with the facilities they have.
Yeah. One of the things, Trevor, if we're talking about the volunteers, the sport itself, softball, and I'm sure many other codes have that similar base, where it's a family community. You're not necessarily related to each other. Well, let's hope not.
You're on to it.
As he goes to third base.
There's a thought from time to time.
Yeah, but it's amazing how they do help out each other. And a prime example of this week, some of my crew is in Wellington working the Women's World Cup, Women's Club Championships. But some of our visiting crew from Wellington or Christchurch that are here with teams are also helping out and volunteering here to help us run this tournament. So that's bloody awesome.
It is awesome, and we saw that in the World Cup where we had visitors from Ashburton were a real strength.
Sacrifice fly, the play at the plates.
Oh, missed him.
And Simonson squeaks on in for the 6th run of the ball game here for Northcote. We'll check at third base, make sure he didn't leave early. Lance Brown says, nope, I got that, but he left on time. Just going to take a bit of time here. We'll allow the coach for Hibiscus Coast. You might know this young man.
Yeah, I've seen him around before. And the guy that's appealing, I've seen him around a little bit.
He giving him a hard time because it's his son, of course, and he's come out here to ask. If you are. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They're just checking with the officials making sure they've got the ruling right. He had to the runner leave early to get home safe, and they're all in agreement now. He did leave on time, and he did get safe. So the score is...
I'm not sure if they're all in agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 runs to nil, apologies. Yep, just make sure I got the score right. I was chatting to Trevor here, it's an encyclopedia. I'll tell you what I want to come back to is hosting the first World Cup 2013. For those who don't know, one thing that you do know is when you get to come to Rosedale Ballpark, you see the facility that they've got now. Not only do you see the facility, but you see the quality of it. As we see a hard ground ball just goes foul off the bat of Fraser List. The stadium is built out of concrete and steel. It's built to last. The dugouts are built of concrete. There's no timber. It's not going to weather. It's built to last. They are big. They're built perfectly. And they're done with a lot of hard work. And I can tell you, because I was here at the time, a big reason why it's been built and been done like that, and a lot of the hard work and a lot of favours called in, it's because of the man right next to me, Trevor Smith. I just want to take a bit of time, Trevor, to say thank you for what you've done here at Rosedale Park. We had a great 2-diamond facility, but the revamp that you guys did in the lead up to 2013 has made this place world class. And you've left a legacy. I'm not telling you to leave, by the way. But you have left a legacy for a lot of people to enjoy this ballpark, and not just the spectators, but the athletes. When I talk to them, they love playing at Rosedale because of what you've created. So thank you.
Thanks, Chopper. But look, I didn't do it on my own, and I look across at the scoreboard and I see Ray Tippett's there. I see the Bob Levelovs, the Faye Freemans. It's just, it was a powerful time. Some powerful people.
Yeah, indeed. Fantastic to have those people involved. It's a great facility. It's got everything you can imagine. 500-seater grandstand, all undercover, sound system, lighting, hospitality area, bathrooms, convenience area, media booth, which I'm in love with, of course. So I'm happy about that, Trevor.
I love that. Great view from up here.
But also, that's us. So we're just going to take a bit of a break here as the weather's coming in, because Chopper's going to put some bags on the cameras. We'll go to a commercial break. We'll come back with some ambient noise, more commentary a little bit later.
Hi, I'm Les Kendall, CEO of Temper Zone. Innovation is at our core to produce ever more relevant technology, pushing the bounds of currently
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We was going to duck away because the shower came through, but it's pushed over nice and quickly. There you go. Trevor Smith, and not only organises the facility, but he organises the rain to move away in a hurry. Thank you, Trevor.
We've seen enough rain to last a lifetime this year, Chopper. She's
haven't we? Across the country, of course, Auckland was the first to get hit with 2 big bombs and cyclones, or whatever they called them. But then, gee, boy, your heart goes out to Hawke's Bay, doesn't it?
It sure does, but I just looking at a text from a daughter who I've got a good granddaughter playing in the Women's Club National in
that's
Wellington,
right.
and it's definitely washed out down there this morning. It looks like a lake.
Yeah, no, the Bullpup Broadcasting crew have kind of been keeping us updated. They said the weather is not too good there this morning. But you know what? Wellington on a fine day can't be beaten, and I'm sure one of those days is coming soon.
Let's hope it's this weekend.
Yeah. There's another example, the new Diamond One on Fraser Ballpark. That's all turf as well, as we were talking a little bit earlier. So we've got a few ballparks that have got turf down now, haven't we? Or artificial turf. We should try and get that out.
Yeah, there's quite a few diamonds around. Turf seems to be the in thing, but I think it's, as I mentioned before, it's the new generation turf that's going to make it more adaptable to softball.
And pause that one through the zone. And Heaslip will go down on strikes. Now, I didn't quite record the first 6 batters for HBC, but I can see the rest of them since. 8 strikeouts from Pitaruna. He's really got it marching down. Given up 2 hits in the ball game. One to Quade Chief and another one to Tyler Job.
Now this guy can bat.
Oscar Anderson now. Now you're a man of travelling. We're going to talk about your World Cups you've been to shortly. Oscar is from Denmark.
He is.
Okay.
He caught for Denmark here in the recent World Series.
Yeah, he did indeed. Him and Martin Simonson, the left fielder for Northcote, teammates.
Yes.
In that national team. I got the pleasure of living in Denmark for a year as a youngster, about 18 years of age, on a student exchange thing. And, became fluent in Danish, not very fluent now on it. It was a while ago, 18, remember?
Yes.
Oh, well,
we won't go there, will we?
Well, I'm 28 now, so that's 10 years ago.
Yeah, come on, mate. You got a daughter that old.
Oh, hard hit ball.
It's
Anderson.
going, it's over.
It is gone, and right on cue from Trevor Smith. This guy can hit. He does that indeed. It's a solo shot to the catcher from HBC. They're on the board, 5 runs to 1.
I did ask Oscar this morning to make sure there was runners on base before he did that. He obviously wasn't listening.
One job, kid, one job. Well, I'll tell you what, a nice swing, and congratulations to young Oscar Anderson. Well, Oscar's gone off, and after that big shot, I've got to finish that little story about Denmark. So I lived there for a year. One of the things they do with people that visit Denmark is they get to see if you can pronounce the name of this dessert. And it's kind of like ice cream with strawberries and berries. All right?
Sure.
Want to give it a go?
Gee, I struggle on English, let alone Danish, mate. God.
Okay, so it's very tasty dessert there in Denmark. And the name of it is Hoi Gui Maflura.
Hoi Gui Maflura.
You know what? Not a bad effort. There you go.
God. Don't ask me to say it twice.
Question you got to ask, why has every story from Tropper's got food in it?
Yeah, we won't go there either, will we?
Tyler Job now.
Yeah.
It's his job to get us off the food story. So
No, he's had a hit today.
yeah, he has indeed. 3 hits. One of those going to Tyler. One ball and 2 strikes now, the count on him. One away here in the top of the 6th innings. HBC just struck for their first run of the ball game. Rose ball up top. But Ono went the distance last night against Hutt City United and Regan Manly. Manly getting the better in that encounter. Hutt City United are through to the top 8 after that match-up last night. A big win for the program for Hutt City United, that's for sure. 7 runs to 1. They were over-toppled Northcote in that.
A very critical game that was for that top 8.
Was indeed. As we see Rob go down, now brings up Dylan Tompkin. Two away here. Now, we were talking about your World Cups and travelling to them, mate. How many World Cups have you been to? Because it kind of feels like every time I go to one, you're there.
Well, look, as I say, in 1980 was my first one in Tacoma, and then there was a long break, bringing family up and doing things like that and setting life up. But yeah, I've probably been to 7 or 8 now and enjoyed every single one of them, and it's not beyond me going to another one. Looking forward to Saskatoon. We've got to gel these Black Sox up so that we're backing a winning team, eh?
That's what we want, isn't it? That's exactly what we want. And a nice play by Fraser List at second base. That'll complete the top of the 6th innings, but it's not before the flying Dane, Oscar Anderson, with his Hoi Gloi Maflura, blast one out of the park. They're on the board, 5 runs to 1. Bottom 6 coming up next.
Your ideas, your plans, your vision for your dream home. At Golden Homes, we work with you to create a home you'll love living in. With total design flexibility, our exclusive gold standard building system and Zog steel framing proven to withstand magnitude 9 earthquake activity, your new Golden Home will have all the strength, comfort and sophistication you've been dreaming of.
It's a better home you'll own. Golden Homes.
Golden Homes. Call 0800 22 22.
Oscar Anderson will continue catching behind the dish, but they'll make a change on the hill. Dylan Tompkins did a great job getting them through 5 innings of work. They'll turn it over to the left-hander now, Jaden Dowd, to take over. And with the momentum trying to make a change here, they picked up their first run of the ball game, HBC. If Jaden Dowd could hold them down, you never know. It could be that comeback Trevor Smith.
Well, that's what I'm hanging in here for. We're leaving it late. But the man has to be optimistic. Oh.
And first pitch driving is pinch hitter Ryan Love. Lefty on lefty, and it's a sliding double. There'll be another pinch hitter here, Kane McGann.
Yeah, that's a batter doing his job, isn't it?
Lefty on lefty, that's always a tough matchup. Northcote coaching staff in this one, we're having a bit of banter between each other. Did you make the replacement? Did you advise the umpire? Yeah, I already did them all. You have to go up 3 times. I see there's going to be another pinch hitter coming up after Kane McGann batting now, and that is Moana Hibbert. A chance with a 4-run lead for Northcote to start stretching some legs. To be fair, a couple of good legs as well. Ryan Love, Kane McGann, and Moana Hibbert, very accomplished hitters. Jaden Dowd's got a little bit more velocity from the left side. Talking about facilities here. What does that mean? That one pops up,
Well placed.
and a Texas leaguer will do the trick for McGann as Love will come in and score. And they lead 6 runs to 1 now. Talking about facilities, what's the next big thing at North Harbour?
Well, David's the general manager,
Yep.
has got a project underway. I'm sort of working in the background with him for the batting alleys,
Yeah.
which is
Cool.
will be an asset for the players.
Yep. What is it going to look like? Where's it going?
But it's got council approval. We've waited a long time on getting a lease for the land, but
Yep.
that's all come through now, and it'll be over at in the outfield, the back of the outfield area by the ground shed.
Okay, Diamond 1 there.
Yeah, behind Diamond 1. The power's in, ready to go, so that was a legacy left by the World Series to future-proofing. So,
Nice.
look,
And how many lanes will they have?
it's planned to have 2 lanes,
Gotcha.
and it'll be user pay sort of type system,
Yeah,
so you can
yeah.
book it and use it is the intention at this stage, and 2 pitching machines, and start simple and have it built for strength for the future. So that's will be a real asset to developing pitchers and batters and players in general, actually. Oh, brilliant.
And Smith, reactional stab on the drive, initiates another double play.
Yes.
Now, I said I wouldn't say how old Roger is. I just said if he was a wine, it would be nice and smooth.
Yes.
That's what happens.
He's
with that.
well aged. Yes, he is. I'm pretty proud of him at his age, and that's 50 plus.
Yeah.
Still playing the ball game. I know his wife tells me he has to use a bit of Panadol from time to time.
Panadol rub down.
Yeah, and a little rub down. I see her out there swinging with joy at the moment, actually.
Yeah. Nah, good on him too. Fantastic. Kind of running out. The jump in. Two strikes here. They've leaked 1 run here, but Dowd is looking to steady the ship.
Much easier on a pitcher to have with bases cleared, and that double done there.
Yeah, it's exactly. All the pressure off, right?
Yes, totally. Lets him focus on his game.
Oh, this batting cages, will it have a waterproof roof on it as well?
Not at this stage, I believe.
Right.
But, not in the initial stages, but certainly that's
Yeah.
being designed to future-proof it as funds
Gotcha.
allow. And,
Yeah, have some lights in there so they can use it at night time and stuff.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The park's pretty well adapted with floodlights
Yeah.
at the moment, and hopefully that can get them through a wee bit.
Nice, nice.
But yeah, it's early days of planning,
Yeah.
sourcing funds at the moment, and which aren't easy in today's world.
No, you did right. It's a challenge, but a challenge you're up for indeed. Dowd gets the job done with a strikeout of Rona. Not before that they do pick up a run on Kane McGann's knock, driving in Ryan Love. They lead 6 runs to 1. The top of the 7th coming up. We'll keep Trevor Smith here, see if he can get his boys from HBC if they can come back. They'll need 5 in the top of the 7th when we come back.
No, never, isn't it?
Never take time to worry about life. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Know that you are
I'm Les Kendall, CEO of Temperzone. Innovation is at our core to produce ever more relevant technology, pushing the bounds of currently available solutions.
Local derby here, HBC taking on Northcote on day 3 of the 2023 Tradestaff Men's Open Club National Championship. Brought to you live from Pure Athletic Stadium on behalf of North Harbour Softball Association and Softball New Zealand. I'm Jason Goobies, aka Chopper, and I've had Trevor Smith joining me in the booth here, stalwart from the North Harbour and Hibiscus Coast Softball Club and Association. Great to have him along for it. They're trailing by 5 here, HBC. They'll need that in the top of the 7th innings, and one man has done a pretty good job there, I thought. Third baseman Roger Smith, my mind, defensively. Chance for him to maybe do something here offensively.
Yeah, well,
And
he has. He has started us. We are in business. I knew we had to, if we waited long enough, it'd come. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, his wife's got no show of him stopping playing if he keeps on playing as good as this.
Yep.
Fantastic. Good on Roger. He's down at first base now for HBC. That'll bring up to bat here Hayden Wahanui. As Pitarona continues to throw here for Northcote. Some defensive changes in the field for the Northcote side. JP Goobies comes in for Rona at shortstop. Ryan Love stays in the ball game. He's at first base. Everyone else stays the same with Fuddy Pody at 3, Fraser Lister at 2, Simonson, Timothy Cook, and Monk in the outfield left to right. And continuing to catch here is Caleb Taylor, Cowboy for Pitarona.
That was the one.
And a little change of pace. Wahanui, that's twice has gone down to the change up, unfortunately. And looks like we'll have a substitution here coming into the ball game. Damon Brown was scheduled to bat.
Looks like Cam Robinson.
Cameron Robinson, a shirt 57, will take over. What do we expect to see out of Cameron Robinson, Trevor?
Well, Cam gets bat to ball. He's not a fence hitter, but let's say he's going to find a hole and advance that runner.
I'll see if we can get our first base camera to have a look at the legs. Go down and have a look at the legs here. He's got the Babe Ruth look. So the pants, if we look at his pants here right at the bottom, it goes down the cameraman for us. The pants aren't all the way down and not all the way up to the knee. They're kind of like halfway of the batter. There you go. There's a shot of him. Oh, we'll come back to it. There we go. Look at that. That's the Babe Ruth look. Half up, half down.
Yep, that's the Knickerbocker look.
Fantastic. Here we go. Back to the action. One away here, top 7. First pitch is inside the zone. The boys down at Fraser Ballpark covering the Sky Sport Women's Open Club National Championship. Ballpark broadcasting crew down there with Aotearoa Tour FM. With the rain delay down there, they're taking our feed and putting it out to their viewers. So it's great to be able to give their viewers something to watch until the weather gods are treating them a little bit nicer down there. So to Adrian Royal and Damien Collins and the rest of the Ballpark broadcasting crew down there, I hope you boys are keeping dry, keeping warm. You've probably got that heat pump on in the booth there, keeping you nice and toasty. I'm sure you are. As we see young Cameron Robinson go down on strikes, and HBC are down to their last out. Now, I'm not saying anything, Trevor, but in their booth, they've got an air conditioning heat pump.
We don't need it. We're in Auckland, mate. We're in Auckland, tropical north.
Yeah, what about if it's hot and John wants to like get some cool air guard or something? Look at that. Chopper's never happy. I always want something. Always. No, Chopper's always happy, to be fair.
He's always happy, yep. good to have him aboard.
Hey, thank you for having
Passion
me.
for the game,
Yeah.
Chopper. That's what I enjoy. People with a passion.
I'll tell you what, talking about passion, I needed that to get out of the ballpark last night.
Now there's a story to tell.
Yeah, it's happened to me twice now over the years. When I'm in here working late, and last night I had to get the graphics ready for the today, and there's change of teams and all sorts of stuff for the top 8 and bottom 8. It just takes time, and I finished at about 1:30 in the morning, and I went to leave the ballpark, and both security gates were locked. I was like, how am I going to get out? So I ended up driving through the fields, trying to find a gap, and luckily I found one over there, just stuck out. Otherwise, my wife would have been correct. He sleeps there, because that's what it would have had to happen. And we see Rona on the outside edge take care of business, and that'll be the ball game here. Northcote will run out victors 6-1. However, Oscar Anderson provided a little bit of offence for HBC with a home run blast in the 6th innings. Northcote will run out victors. Thank you for tuning in for this. Before we go away, Trevor, any last words from you? Your thoughts on the match and your thoughts just on the tournament and the association itself?
Oh, look, it's just great to see 4 North Harbour teams in here and them all doing well. Or is it 5? There is 5, yes. I nearly overlooked the Falcons with the strength of Brad Rona and his boys, mature boys. No, it's we're holding the weather at bay.
Yep.
There's a bit of threat out there, but I see just a good tournament coming. The ground crew are about to take their place, and we'll just see some real good softball going forward.
Fantastic. So if you're tuning in for the rest of the week, we'd love to have you here at Ballpark Broadcasting at Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. That is us done and dusted in this first matchup on day 3 here. Game 29 in the books. Northcote running out victors in it. 6-1. More action to come here as we'll be back shortly. Up next on the schedule, and I'm just going to look to my left to find it. Oh, it's not on that one. Up next is another 2 great teams. Oh, I can see it's Heart City United. We're a top 8 matchup. Let me just find it. While we're there, if you want to watch the Women's Club Nationals, you'll find that on the Ballpark Broadcasting YouTube channel as well as the Women's Open Club Championship Facebook page. And there may be some bonus coverage today. The boys are working hard for you. But however, their coverage starts live on Saturday and Sunday from Fraser Ballpark. And, of course, we will continue giving you all the live action here from Fraser Ballpark. Just get you that next game on the schedule. I'm far away, apologies. Beautiful day here, I'll tell you what. I think we're in for a really, really good one. The Auckland Mariners taking on Porirua in the next game. Matt Jordan will have the call with Noah Davey. And that one, Noah in his commentary debut with Ballpark Broadcasting. Can't wait for that, ladies and gentlemen. More action to come here live from Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. Thank you so much. Kia ora koutou, katoa.